Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 6, season 6 of Meat Pie Sausage Roll with the mighty Latics, Oldham Athletic. As always, thanks for joining me. Make sure if you're brand new, you subscribe. Feel free to subscribe. Come and join the family. Make sure you all hit that bell as well so you never miss one of my future videos. And thank you to all support with this series so far. It wasn't supposed to be a short little series, maybe 2-3 seasons, and it's turned into 6, and I'm quite enjoying it. And it seems like quite a lot of you are still enjoying it, and I feel like, I don't know, maybe do I try and push towards the Premier League? It can't go on forever. Maybe a couple more seasons. We'll give it a good go anyway. But for now, we're still in League One. And last year was pretty good. Got to the playoffs. Got trounced in the first leg. Won the second leg. But it wasn't enough. But this season, could I kick us on that little bit? We ain't got a lot of money. I've been practically doing it on free signings. But we've got a good team. And I felt like we could do something special. But there's going to be a few little twists and turns. So let's get into it. So we didn't actually bring some money in. I sold Paul Lewis for $250,000 to Wimbledon. Good player. Decent attributes to be fair. But he wasn't happy. And I thought it was a great price for him. Sold Scholes Beard for potentially 51 grand in the end. Someone's gone on a free and someone's gone out on loan. But I brought in quite a few players. As you can see, mainly all on a free apart from one, which I've spent some cash on. But I spoke about it in the last episode. I think it's pretty obvious. My goalkeepers weren't great, so I've actually managed to get 2 new goalies in, which I'm excited about, and some more players. And Man City, honestly, I've got too many youngsters. I must have had about 30 players from them now in this series, and I've got 3 have come from City. So have a quick look. Firstly, we've got Matthew Bernard. He's from Leicester, centre half, decent little player. Decent potential, cost me nothing. Shea Charles, he's from Manchester City, defender, defensive midfielder. For us, a cracking player. Then we've got James Trafford, he's from Derby, goalkeeper. I initially think he might be a backup, but he ends up playing quite a lot for me. Now he's from Derby, so Joe Page, if you're watching, is he any good? Let me know your thoughts on him. Cameron Dawson, now, I think he's pretty good, and I initially thought he'd be my starter, but it don't always work out that way. Now he'd been solid for Salford, I think, until last year. He'd only played 1 game, so he'd asked to leave. So I feel like 51 grand is a bargain, absolute bargain. Next up, we've got Tim Irogabunam. Brilliant name, a midfield centre. I think he looks cracking for us. He's come from Aston Villa, and then my next 2 players, nice and easy. They are both City lads. Got young Tegan here. Midfield centre, looks alright, doesn't it? And Thomas. Now, there's been another player go. Big player, the best player, for a lot of money. But it was a saga that dragged out all summer. Now, I'm going to talk about it now, but it hasn't actually happened at this point. It happens right at the end of September, right? So I'm going to talk about it now. So, as we know, I think I mentioned it, look how good he is. He's become a really good player. We got him on a free from Chelsea a couple of years ago, and he's wanted by Porto. So Porto come in for him. He's worth 2.1 max, right? They came in. I said no, and I managed to reject the first 3 bids. The 4th bid, my board took over and accepted. I said no, don't do it. It's too good. Please, protested the transfer, and they agreed with me. Brilliant. A couple more days passed. Porto came back with more money. My board accepted. I protested the transfer. They agreed with me again. I'm thinking, this is brilliant. My board have got me back. I don't want to sell him. Stupid. Why? I know it's good money, but I don't want to sell him. And then they came in with $4.5 million, and my board accepted it, and I couldn't protest the transfer. But what happens is they instantly say to me, do I loan him back? So we end up loaning him back for the season. But that $4.5 million is spread out. It's not like I get the $4.5 million. It's like, right, I've got $4.5 million here. I can pump it into the facilities, which I haven't touched yet, and some players are pissed off about. Or I could spend it. No, it's going to get trickled in, and I probably never really notice it. It'll help the club run well and smoothly, maybe, but yeah, I was gutted. So this is the money now. Obviously, before we get that money, so we don't really go up too much because the first initial payment's tiny. It's a bit shit, but it is what it is. But I was excited. I mean, with the players we've already got, we've got a great striker in Daniel. I mean, he wants the facilities sorting out. I mean, on paper, he doesn't blow you away, but he just scores a lot of goals. But then I've got all these other players who are great. Josh Martin, brilliant player. Sam Murray, the left back, brilliant player. Oakley Chandler, great striker, can cover out on the wings. Omari Hutchison, great player. I really think we've got some here. We've got better keepers. I think we've got a good, strong defence sometimes. Great going forward. We can score a lot of goals. There's no reason why we could not get back to them playoffs. And I mean, the bookies like us. We've got us in 6, which is a playoff spot in it. So I think we're better than that. We always usually do better than what the bookies say. But we've got Bristol City, Millwall, Salford, Rotherham and Plymouth above us. I was very excited for this season. Our one advantage, I think, as always, I say this, is our coaching team is absolutely fantastic. Can get the most out of your players. I've got another slot I can fill up there, and I will fill it up at some point. Scouting, again, I can get another scouting, and I can get another physio in. So all this gets improved. I won't show you again because some people find it boring, but trust me, it gets even better. So the board just wants top half. Like I said, I reckon with playoffs, at least it'd be nice to get a top 2, wouldn't it? Miss them playoffs out because they are quite stressful, but we'll see. When it comes to all the cups again, you just got to go for it, see what you can do. Maybe get a good FA Cup run, maybe get a few extra quid. I would like to do well in the Papa Johns, but we never seem to do well. If we get out of the group stages, we usually get spanked on. But it's the league. Got to get out of this league. Pre-season was okay. We went to Scotland, didn't win a single game. Then we played 2 random teams, won both of them. I'm not too fussed with that. It's all about getting a bit of fitness together. Kicking off our campaign away at Millwall. The Oldham boys up for a scrap there. And I've got Stockport. Look at that. So let's get stuck right into it. It's now the 1st of Jan. And we are second on 50 points. 6 points off the top and only a point ahead of Lincoln with all the other teams snapping at our heels. A bad run here, a few shit results there. You know, we could drop into them playoffs. But the way we have been playing, sometimes it's not fully consistent. But we're definitely a team at this point I felt like we'll be in the playoffs at least. At the very least. As you can see now, Jordan Grant is blue because he got sold and loaned back. And what's crazy is he was my best player pretty much for 2 years. And he's come back on loan and is his heart not in it? I mean, his form's picked up in the last 5 games, but overall this season, he isn't the greatest. Now, don't get me wrong, at times I've probably played other players because I feel to myself, like, you're mine. Now, a lot of these lads as well, a lot of the good ones were coming towards the last year of their contracts. The contracts were running out in 2028, and I've managed to extend a lot of them, or do manage to extend a lot of them by the end of it. So all my other main players want to stay. So I am gutted about it. I think he would have stayed because even when them transfers got rejected, he didn't spit his dummy out not once. And this is, you know, you're playing for Oldham in League One and Porto, who are probably going to be playing the European football, are coming in for you. You think, you know, other players, a lot of players in this game would spit their dummy out, and I like a player that doesn't spit his dummy out. I'm really gutted that this has happened, but it is what it is, isn't it? Bit shit. But as you can see, anyway, there's a squad. Lots of great average ratings. If I switch to the goals, Daniel Agwuru is a beast. Oakley Chan, I can't say his name. Oakley. I used to have some Oakley glasses, me. Skiing glasses. I used to go skiing a lot when I was a kid. My mum and dad. Oakleys. They were mint. Should get a pair of Oakleys. I mean, you can see it. Look, there's the finances. It's not like we've mega rich with its £4.5 million. We're never going to see it. Never going to see it. Obviously, we're going to see it stretched out, but no, I wanted £4.5 million. Should have sold it for £4.5 million because I bet you they can afford it. So these are the results in the league, and again, we started off great. Look at that. A couple of back-to-back defeats, another good run, a cheeky defeat, and another fantastic run here. Look at that. Recently, it's got a bit sketchy. A little bit sketchy. Beating Wrexham's a good one. Woking as well, who, by the way, we've come up together, haven't we? And then they probably went a little bit ahead of us. Do you remember when they won the league and the cup? And we kind of was the bridesmaid. They were the bride, if you know what I mean. They're kind of going off the boil this year a bit. Ever since the beta finished and the new game started, my youth intakes have gone from excellent to shit. And they're slowly getting worse and worse and worse. And that's it. This is the worst one I've had on FM23. They're going to have to make a new category for me next year. It won't be poor intake. It'll be half a star. It'll be wank intake. And while we're here, and just like we do every year, it feels like now, when we get to this point in the episode, let's look at all the cups that we're no longer in. This is the one, you know, I feel like I would have loved to have maybe done better in this. I mean, getting knocked out by Crew was a bit dump. Onto the Carabao Cup, started off well. Obviously penalties against the mighty County. Beat Derby though. Derby. Joe Page. My friend Joe is a Derby fan, season ticket holder. Yeah, you didn't have a good day out in Oldham then, did you, Joey? FA Cup, we got to the 3rd round. We do all right in the FA Cup. We seem to get to the 3rd round quite a lot. over the last few years. Obviously scraped our way through against Boreham Wood, obviously beating them in the replay. Then we've got Stockport again, my lovely Stockport, beating them 2-1, and then Stoke, who are in the Championship, give us a kick in, makes you realise, you know what, if we ever do go up, we're going to have a reality check at some point, and it could be then. We are, though, you may have noticed, top of the league. Oh, was it in January? Was it 5 or 6 points behind? 6, I think. We're now 6 points ahead. 6, with the league's leading goal scorer again, joint leading goal scorer in Daniel Ogwuru. What a player! What a team! Have some of that. So these are the results since you last saw him, beating Salford, who were apparently better than us, according to the bookies. And again, you know, good runs, a few bad results. That was a rubbish result. Fantastic run, and a little bit sketchy again recently, but we're 6 points clear. It's such a competitive league, but we've pulled off some fantastic games. We had some fantastic games. So here's the squad arranged by goals, just because Daniel's at the top with 32. Brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Quick look at average ratings. And Jordan's picked himself up there. We're going to miss you, Jordy lad. I might try and loan him back, because he ain't going to play for Porto, is he? If we have a quick look at contracts and I go to expiry, you can see now a lot of them obviously have extended, and they only wanted a year, and that's fair enough as long as I could keep them. I didn't want to lose any of my good players on a free, and a lot of these are my good players. I've got 2 players here. Remain Mundell's the lad I loaned a couple of years ago, and then we signed on a free. Bit part player. I've got him up for transfer. I had a few offers in for peanuts, and then I realised I was a bit not light in midfield, but I would be if he went, so I thought sack it. And then obviously John and Grant, but everyone else is locked in for that Championship. It gives me the option then of, in the summer, if we do go up, to be able to say, right, I actually don't want you, I can put you up for sale and I might get something for him because we've got a year left on the deal. So I feel like we're in a good place. And we are in a good place because by the 14th of April, we've secured a playoff spot. We're still top of the league by 6 points. And I think there's a chance if we beat Swindon in this game away, we could win the league, or at least guarantee ourselves promotion, which is pretty exciting. So there is 3 games left to play, so I don't know how it's going to work out. We're just going to go with the flow, chop it all up, see what's what, and try and get in that Championship. Because to be fair, right now at this point, there is a chance we could bottle job it. So yeah, we actually got beat off Oxford recently. That was a big game because Oxford are in there with us. So I wasn't happy with that. But then to bounce back, sorry Richard Beck, my old mate Rich from Sheffield, and annihilate a massive club like Sheffield Wednesday 6-1 is great. And just need to build on that now. I've only got 1 home game left out of 3. Could be tough. Wrexham away, you know, it's Wrexham still. They got that money. Cheltenham, yeah. So, but we've got a great chance here of automatic. Welcome to Swindon, the hometown of one of my good friends and friend to the channel, Lee Greenshields, who isn't a Swindon fan. He's a Blackburn fan because of his granddad. But yeah, popped in for a brew. Saw him and the kids. Nice. But here we go. Got a good team out on that pitch. We could do business today. Real business. Yeah, I think Swindon are 4th from bottom. So they're not the best team. But obviously we're away. There's pressure. You never know how that pressure is going to work itself out. But we could do well. If we win this and results go our way, I'm pretty sure we could win the league. And just wrap it up in one live com. That'd be quite nice. But this team of mine, sometimes, they don't like to play by the rules. They don't follow the script they've written for them. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let's see what happens. Because Swindon are on us here. It's Cullen. Oh, well done, boys. Right, we're going to get him on the break. Daniel's not going to get him on the break. But I'm very excited because I really believe we've got a great chance here. We could go up. We should be going up this year. Things will get better. I reckon we'll get a bit more money, hopefully. A bit of investment would be nice. A new owner would be nice. Nothing against the owner we've got now, but just someone with a bit more money. Just expanding my wages, because there's a lot of good players this year that would have signed for us. Really good youngsters from Premier League clubs, but they wanted 15 grand a week, 17 grand a week, and I can't pay that. I think the max I can pay at the minute is around 6. So I was just priced out of quality. So that quality, hopefully, is, if it's that kind of quality still around next year and we can just up it a bit, we could really kick on, but we'll have to wait and see. This is a long ass highlight. Look at Hunt with his Alice band. I never wore an Alice band, but I used to have a lot of hair in my early 20s, and sometimes I couldn't be asked brushing it. So when I went out, I just used to use sunglasses as like a homemade Alice band. I look at pictures now and think, you knobhead. Anyway, go on, Daniel! Oh my god. So have you seen my Erling Haaland video? Quite happy with that. I did it all a bit last minute. Obviously, Ashton United are very local to me where I live. I thought it was a great PR stunt by the club to put in a loan offer for Haaland. because he's not at the World Cup. So I made that little video, trapped him there for 20 years, and what a goal. I've got to clap that. Yeah, I tagged them in a tweet, I think, and then the club got in touch with me saying, oh, it's brilliant, I loved it. Can you send us a thumbnail? We'll retweet it for you. And then it's had loads of views from that. Good few subscribers from it. So if you are new, thank you very much. And the goalkeepers commented on the video. I need to message people back, really. But yeah, for a last minute idea, it's done all right for me. Quite liked it. Fun. I mean, I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen it, but the way it turned out, I didn't think it would turn out that well. Let's put it that way. Right. 36 minutes in, and we are not looking like a team just going to win League One, getting beat by Swindon 1-0 away, I know, but we're better than this. Right, come on, Kundle. Nice bit of football. This is some good footy. Here's Hunty. Go on, lad. Ew. So there you go, half time. We've been a bit crap, really. Need an ass kicking. Need to up your game, boys. So here we go. Made no changes. I've had a funny week, by the way, you know. Woke up the other day, my car won't start. Found out my battery was dead. Not dead as in I've left the lights on, it's just died, end of its life. So I had to miss the first half of work. I had to carry my kids to the Grands. I had to get my car fixed. Cost me 150 quid for new battery and fitting, which I thought was extortionate. Here's a free kick. Come on, Hutch. Oh, crossbar, and now was that sort of the crossbar. Jesus! Come on, boys. Got half an hour to go. So obviously I had some time off work, but then the next day the wife woke up projectile vomiting, and I woke up thinking I feel a bit funny. I went to work and realised I was going to be sick. There's a school bus, thought I can't be sick on a school bus. Can I? Oh, kids have filmed me. I've made a couple of changes. So anyways, I had to hold it in. But as soon as them kids got off, I pulled up, and I swear to God, it was like something out of The Exorcist. Carrying on working though, so I thought I can't do a sickie after doing a sort of a sickie with my car. And even today, I don't feel 100%, I'll be honest with you. But this is a bit turd, isn't it? Come on, boys, I fired them up. Let's get an equaliser. Christ. I mean, we're 6 points clear. So whoever's behind us, if they win, they'll go down to 3. With 2 games left to play. I'm just pretty sure we could have wrapped it up in this game. With results as well, I think, but I think we could have. Here we go, Daniel, come on. There we go. Back in this. Alright, injury time's nearly over, and it is. It's full time 1-1. Bit shit. But at least we didn't get beat. What that point has done is secure promotion. So we have a championship team. So that's fantastic, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing. But I want to be a champion. Do you want to be a champion? I want to be a champion, man. Welcome to Boundary Park. There's a chance we could lift the title there today. I think I might put all the stats up so we can keep tabs on it. I can't be arsed waiting to the end. I want to know as we go along. Well then, obviously a minute and a half's gone because I was trying to press the buttons and sort stuff out, and I didn't realise I hadn't paused the kickoff. And straight away, Plymouth are winning. Scored in the first minute. Come on, we just need to do our job. Alright, so yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed this season. I do love this little club because it's been fun, obviously putting teams together with nothing. I think I enjoyed that the most in this game, but the way they've done things, and it's not just been this go up, go up, go up. We've had to like go up, learn a bit, but probably do better than we should have. Oh, and then go up, and it's that kind of thing, that growing and learning. I've really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the season of the championship because I think that's going to be a challenge, man. Kind of fancy one. I don't expect us to go up and do well. It'd be nice if we can go up and get mid-table. But you got to remember, we're going to be playing teams next year that have come down from the Premier League and probably still got 75% Premier League players in that squad. That'll be fun. Because whenever we have come up against anyone at that end, we tend to get our ass kicked. Here's Granty with a goal. He's not gone yet, have you, mate? Hunt, another good player. I mean, we've got some good players. I've loved this. Cracking little players. So this has been one of them highlights from kickoff. I thought it might be for them. Is it going to be for them? What the hell's going on here? Oh, mate. That would have been awesome. Here's Jenks in the middle of the park. Not a bad little player is our Jenks to Kundle. Trying to find Martin. Is he going to get that though? I don't think so, but we're putting that pressure on. They can't handle the press. Can't handle it. Here's Jenks to bit sloppy. Bit sloppy that, mate. A Cheltenham going to get us on the break. I hope not. Oh, maybe. Oh, how did he miss that? Right, come on, Hutchinson. Jenks, come on, lads. Let's just go. I want another goal. I mean, it's only 20 minutes in. It feels like loads has happened, to be fair. I don't know how much you'll see. But to me, it feels like a lot longer than 20 minutes. Right, come on. Fancy pass to Hunt. Quite like that. Here he goes. Back to Burns. They're taking the time. They're probing. Being patient. Playing football. I like it. Here's Galvez. What's Galvez going to do? Can he get it in? Nice little lofted cross to Grant. Oh, free kick now for Cheltenham. Just think of horses when I think of Cheltenham. Cheltenham races. Don't like racing. I went to... oh, beautiful. Adam May. Yeah, I'm not a gambler or anything, but I went to the races once on a stag do. It was so shit. Like one of those boring things ever. I just ended up sitting in the pub, like this bar thing, and just getting pissed. I watched one race and I was like, why is this any good? My cousin was into the dogs. Greyhounds. That's just as bad. Right then, so it's a 1-1 at half time. How the hell are we not winning? I don't know. It's Trafford. I did go with a kid most of the season over the other lad. I think on paper, the guy I bought it from Salford looks better, but I just went with a kid. I don't know. Sometimes you just get a feeling with someone, don't you? And that was awesome! Amari Hutchinson. I mean, I think we were okay anyway, but Oxford are drawing. So what are we on now? 4. Well, our points have now gone back up, but it was 4 points anyway with them drawing. So obviously we don't need them to win. As long as we win now, I think we're all right, aren't we? Even if they win, we just got to win. It should be all right. Right, Martin, free kick, whips it in. Oh, he's been pushed over, referee. He's been pushed off. No, Daniel takes the penalty. Daniel's actually not my best penalty taker, but I do this quite often sometimes. The guy who wants to be the leading goal scorer, my number one, I give him penalties. They might miss the odd one. He didn't miss that, but it boosts the goal tally, doesn't it? Right, here's Williams. I think he's switched sides. He was playing down the right wing in the first half. Looks like he's on the left wing now. Here's May, who scored earlier, and that was bloody hell scrappy. Here's Galvez. Look how little he is. He's tiny, innit? Looks like a little boy on that pitch. Finds Trafford. Yeah, City, man, they just have so many youngsters. They release about 50 every summer. I'm very excited now. Now getting in Championship to see what kind of money I'll be able to offer. Because honestly, it was a bit heartbreaking. Some of the players that really wanted to come. Hey, there you go. 37 goal. But I couldn't afford the wages. We're going into the last few minutes. I mean, it's going to be exciting in a way. You got Oxford and Birmingham and neck, I think. One game left to play. Who's going to get that final promotion spot? I mean, I quite like the idea of Oxford. I mean, Birmingham are a big club. They should not be in League One. I've got a very good friend, the Salmon, who's a FM creator. Mitchell is his real name. He's a Birmingham fan. But I always remember Oxford being half decent, and that was half decent. That was actually more than half decent. That was fucking awesome. Are we getting it? We're getting it at home. Perfect. We are champions of League One, and we've managed to lift the trophy at Boundary Park, which is perfect. With a game left to spare, I can B-team it. What an achievement. Do you know what I mean? I put so much graft into this now. Real hard, time-wise, but I love how we can do that. You can do it with nothing, and this is why it's such a good game, because it's just a game. You have fun with it, and you can probably be a bit unrealistic with it, but who cares? Because it's pretty awesome, isn't it? Look at that. So there we are. We are champions. One game left to play against Wrexham, but who cares about that? I'm going to B-team it, and we'll jump forward a bit. We'll see who's won everything and have a quick look at all the other stuff. Why not? Okay, so this is the last game. I did B-team it, gave a lot of guys a game, and we didn't do too bad. To be fair, 3-2, got beat, but we're already champs. So who cares? So it was Oxford who got the automatic promotion. Birmingham fell into the playoffs and lost that playoff final to Plymouth. 1-0. Swindon and obviously Cheltenham, Woking, see? And Northampton, Woking. Stuck with us. Just couldn't keep it up. Daniel, though, leading goal scorer. Jordan Grant, who's now leaving us, the best player. We, of course, are going up into the Championship. We won't have to play those 3 bad boys. And we won't have to play those 3 bad boys. But all these in the middle, looking tasty. But don't forget, some Premier League teams dropping in. And that'll be West Brom, Fulham and Watford. Arsenal have won the league. Fair play. I can't wait for this, It's going to be good, innit? The Watford under-21s won the Papa Johns. Rubbish. Chelsea beat Middlesbrough. Well done, Middlesbrough. 1-0 in the Carabao Cup final. And look at this for Awesome. Luton got to the FA Cup final and only lost it 1-0 to Liverpool. God. I mean, I know I'm a United fan, but it'd been awesome if Luton had won that, wouldn't it? Just for football. So even though we did sell a player for $4.5 million, we just haven't got that money. It's annoyed the hell out of me. So my finances aren't looking too great. What we do have, though, is close to 60 grand. If I want to bring in that next level of player, I've got to look at spending 10, 15, 20 grand a week in wages, and That's only, what, 2 players maybe? I think I'm going to have to stick with the same format and hope for the best. But it could be a fight, it could be a battle. It could be interesting. So there we go, guys. Thank you, as always, for watching. Make sure if you're brand new, you subscribe. Come and join the family. Make sure you all hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. But thank you for any comments, thumbs up. Anyone who's become a patron or stayed a patron, you guys really help the channel run smoothly. So thank you very much. And thank you for supporting this series. I'm enjoying it still, and it's going way longer than I thought. And we're definitely having an episode 7 in the championship. Could be challenging, but I can't wait to get stuck into it over the weekend. Hopefully I can get through it and get the next one out on the Monday. That'd be perfect, wouldn't it? But we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, stay happy, stay safe. I love you long time. I'm Bood. Bye bye.